Okay, so Parijat, like, how would you want to, start introducing yourself? Just a brief introduction so that the listeners get to know that who are you and why are you on this podcast? Like, what are we going to discuss?
Oh, great. So my name is Parijat, as you have already stated, named a fancy, unique name like most Indian parents love to do.
Yeah. Okay.
And unfortunately, at 5 feet 3.5, the world doesn't care, and mostly people call me Chotu.
Okay.
So that's about me. Also at 5 feet 3.5, luckily the tallest in my family. So
Okay.
that's going great. In terms of work, I do three things. I am a marketer. I function in the capacity of an independent consultant in the marketing space.
Okay.
I'm also into writing and stand-up comedy.
Okay.
Uh, have done comedy beyond stand-up also, but primarily it is stand-up along with other forms of comedy. So those are few of the things that I focus on. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's me.
Yeah. And about the stand-up and marketing part, like, would you like to drop some names, as in flaunt some companies that okay, I have worked with them?
Sure, we can do that, and we probably talk about some of the names. Flaunting is always great.
Yeah.
Can't deny that I don't love doing that.
Yeah.
That said, yes, in a marketing career which comprises of having worked as a corporate employee or a corporate slave, whichever way the audience wants to look at it.
Yeah.
That part was about 11 plus years,
Yeah.
and as an independent consultant now it has been 3 plus years. So as an employee I've worked with Tata Motors, Tata Communications, First Source Solutions, which is one of India's leading BPOs,
Okay.
and last assignment was with a mobile communications company, enterprise mobile communications company,
Okay.
called Carix, which is now Carix Tanla. uh, as an independent consultant, again, have been fortunate to work with multiple brands. कुछ enterprises हैं, कुछ individuals हैं, कुछ startups हैं, कुछ SMEs हैं. So Tata Communications again has been a client as well, in addition to being an ex employer.
Yeah.
Some of the other brands, that I have worked with, that I have done projects with, are Rustam Ji. There is this company called ATG Tires, Mahindra Holidays. So some of the enterprise clients, startups, multiple people, very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Startup called Upraised, which is helping people explore careers in product management. There's a startup called Blaze Clan, which is in the cloud technology space.
Okay.
With a small team, I was part of their rebranding initiative last year. Very exciting project.
Okay.
Many others. A very, very amazing individual that I have been working with for the past 1 plus year is a gentleman called Harish Mehta.
Okay.
Massive respect, massive shout out to him. One of the co-founders of NASCOM, which is the IT industry body
Yeah.
in India.
Heard that.
Also the founder of a lovely organization called Onward Technologies, Onward Group, of which Onward Technologies is a part of. Uh, Amazing gentleman, one of the flag bearers of the information technology revolution in India,
Yeah.
along with many other leading lights who happen to be better known, like Narayan Murthy or Azim Premji and the likes.
Yeah.
So amazing working with him as well, working on his personal brand and social media content. Uh, there's a book that he's working on that I'm part of that project as well.
Yeah.
So that's on the marketing side. On writing and stand up comedy, again, very lucky to have worked with many amazing brands, right from large enterprise brands like Mercedes Benz, Siemens, Kotak, Nivea. Tata Communications recently became a comedy client as well.
Okay.
It was great to go back there and do some comedy for folks that I have worked with in the past.
Yeah.
uh, Startups as well. So yeah, 50 plus brands in the comedy space have been kind enough to have me over as a comedian.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is the bragging part, Morris. I
Yeah.
hope that suffices. And if we have to revisit some brands or pick up some company somewhere, then we will talk about that.
Yeah, sure. That right now, what you just bragged about, that is your point B. Like, okay, right now I'm here in my life, but like, what led you here? Like, what's your journey right after 10th standard, like school, college, and then
Oh, 10th
how
standard. You
did
want
you
to go
reach here?
that back? That was a long time back, Morris. So I must tell you, I'm quite uh, I am in extremely young company. Let me tell you that you're only 18 as you told me, and that for me was a long time back. I will be turning 38 next month.
Okay.
So that's where I am in life with respect to time, which unfortunately is an increasing function in every quadrant.
Yeah.
So while there are experiences, but time keeps moving on. So 10th standard was a long time back. I grew up mostly in Baroda, which also happens to be your hometown.
Yeah.
So that's where I grew up. From 5th standard onwards. Prior to that, I was in Andhra. So 10th standard I did from this school in Baroda called MGM, which is one of the lesser known English medium schools in Baroda. I
Been
often
there.
joke,
Been there. Been there.
yeah. Oh, good. Not many people know, man. It is one of the
Yeah.
lesser known Garibo ka English medium school. I don't mean any disrespect, but
Yeah.
only on a lighter note that it
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
not one of the plush, great, awesome English medium schools. Uh, but yeah, English medium was the way to go, or so my parents felt, and that's where I was. Did my 10th from there, state board, which I have to admit is not the best.
Okay.
एक तो स्टेट बोर्ड को वैसे ही आई थिंक बहुत कैचअप करना पड़ता है विद सीबीएसई एंड आईसीएसई, और उसमें भी अगर आप गुजरात स्टेट बोर्ड में हो, आई हेट टू एडमिट दिस बट हैविंग यू नो interacted with people across education boards, probably one of the worst in the country in terms of being competitive. The Gujarat State Board, sorry, but matlab, it is just not there.
Yeah. No
So
one. No
10th
one.
was from
No one from
there.
my. No one from my college watches this podcast, so you can freely speak about it.
Yeah, I that's what I keep saying. Na, यहाँ पे at this stage in life, I can talk freely because only 200 million people are going to watch this podcast. So
Yeah. Yeah.
hey, I guess we
Yeah.
are safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, but MGM was a great school, man. They despite very limited means, there was a lot of focus on extra currics
Yeah.
and co-currics as well. So brilliant stuff on that front. हमारे resources बहुत limited थे, but it was a classic case of दिल बड़ा हो तो बहुत कुछ हो सकता है.
Yeah. Exactly.
So 10th was good. I scored pretty decent, and I was interested in science, so that's what I picked up, or so I thought. Later on I realized I loved the arts equally.
Yeah.
The only stream that I had no love for was anything to do with economics or commerce.
Yeah.
So but I went into science because एक तो societal वो भी रहता है कि अगर अच्छे marks आए हैं उस time
Elite
पे तो
degree.
एटलीस्ट बहुत clear था,
Elite course.
हाँ तो साइंस ही करना है, which
Makes
is
sense.
unfortunate. मतलब हाँ इतना इतना straight jacketed नहीं होना चाहिए पर था.
Hmm.
And I was interested to 11th 12th, but I switched schools because MGM में तब science just शुरू हुआ था. My senior batch was the first batch to do 11th 12th from MGM.
Okay.
So I felt that I should go to a school जहाँ पे well established 11th 12th का faculty और वो सब है. So I went to Bright,
Okay.
which is thankfully I don't have to explain वो school क्या है कहाँ है, at least to residents of Baroda.
Yeah. Been there
So
also.
yeah, so 11th 12th was from Bright. 10th से कम number आए पर बुरा नहीं था. I scored somewhere in the 80s,
Hmm.
and that was good. मेरे time पे there was no choice between maths and bio. You had to study both as a
Okay.
science student. तो काफी
Okay.
ज्यादा pressure. बायो से मुझे कोई प्यार नहीं था, फिर भी उसके 40 चैप्टर पढ़ने पड़े.
Like, which is this year? Which is
And
this year when you were in 12th?
this is 2000, dude. 12th में भी नंबर ठीक ठाक आए. Always wanted to do engineering after that, and the joke is कि if you're Indian and if you've studied science तो और तो क्या ही करोगे,
Yeah.
because again herd mentality also.
Joke continues.
But on yeah, totally. वो it's a very old joke ना कि इंडिया में पहले इंजीनियरिंग करो और फिर फिगर आउट करो कि क्या करना है लाइफ
Yeah.
में, because engineering will tell you what you're not passionate or passionate about.
Yeah.
So did engineering, went to this college called DD University Nadiad, which was DDIT, Deemed University then.
Okay.
4 years of engineering, electronics and communication. Very, very sad time. Sorry. Had fun, yes, but the college was akin to a jail. And from what I hear from current batch students, it hasn't changed much. So continues to be a pretty sad environment. Very, very Gurukul style. Absolutely not a place where a teenager or someone in early 20s should waste their lives. Not recommended. But ठीक है, 4 साल जैसे भी थे अच्छे थे. And then I realized that I actually wanted to go to one of the RECs or the NITs in the country, and I
Okay.
missed out through a very unfortunate series of events.
Okay.
The counseling of that was done in a hurry by the government in 2 days time when I was out of town. I missed the counseling and couldn't go to a college of my choice.
Okay.
So that's what happened. Trust the government to screw up things, as they often do, and
Okay.
they have the luxury to do that. They have the luxury to do that because they don't have any accountability, right?
Okay.
Government servants की नौकरी नहीं जाया करती है, so that's how we rule.
Hmm.
Then I realized that at least graduation के बाद I should go to a college and do something which I want to do. After engineering, I decided that I wanted to go to a institute or a college, which has a great national reputation, if not an international reputation.
Yeah.
So I tried to do that. Wanted to do an MBA because why not? एक क्लीशेड करियर कर लिया है तो दूसरा भी ट्राई करके देख लेते हैं. And I did that. I think I did okay. I was very lucky to prepare with a set of people who were very good. They pulled my performance up. I was probably not worth the college that I went to when I started preparing, at least.
Okay.
They pulled my performance up. I did quite okay. Went to very lucky again to have gone to one of the top B schools in the country. It's a part of the IIT Kharagpur system. It's called the Vinod Gupta School of Management. So that's where I did my MBA from. This year, our college is fifth in the national rankings of these schools. I'm not a big believer in rankings, but we've made some very good progress over the last many years.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was that. And then of course started working. Always wanted to be in sales or sales and marketing. Those were the areas that interested me. Initially, in fact, मुझे HR में भी बहुत interest था. I used to be a dreamy-eyed youngster जिसे लगता था human capital में बहुत power है, people are the real strength and all of that. And I still do. But I realized that HR as a function or a profession has unfortunately not been harnessed the way I saw myself fitting in not at least in this country. And I realized that वो people power का जो भी potential है उसमें HR का role खास है नहीं. Either by design or by default. And after doing a summer internship in HR, I realized ये मैं तो नहीं कर पाऊंगा. So then I moved to sales and from there to marketing. From automobile to BPO to enterprise telecom, I have been fairly experimentative in my career, as much as Indian recruiters would allow. Indian recruiters, by the way, are the most closed, rather close-minded and extremely limited in their imagination kind of people. I am saying this openly. जिसको जो सोचना है सोचे. उनको चाहिए कि जो काम तुम करते आ रहे हो वही काम में हम तुम्हें यहाँ लाएं और तुम day one से मतलब बस रोबोट की तरह काम करो.
No, we have a special segment discussing about the corporate life.
On that, right? हाँ. तो ठीक है, तब उसकी creeping वहाँ करेंगे. So that's what, man. And 11 years into corporate career, my last job was extremely stressful. Extremely toxic experience for me, and I am carefully using the words experience. I'm not saying environment because we don't have the other person here to put forth their point of view. They probably found me toxic for all you know, and I'll take full responsibility of that. But for me, the experience was extremely toxic, extremely stressful, and it was probably the last nail in the coffin where I felt कि यार शायद ये नहीं करना चाहिए, और करना भी है तो at least अभी तो break लेना बनता है. कुछ और करते हैं, अपने लिए करते हैं, कुछ अपना करते हैं. So I didn't have too much of a plan when I moved on. Honestly, there wasn't a great plan. Ki, okay, I'll do steps 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 outcomes will happen.
Yeah.
So that's what happened, man.
Yeah, makes sense. But over here, like you mentioned, that corporate life happened, and then you, like, right now you're doing what you want to do, marketing, consulting, and all. In this, I wanted to ask you a thing, which like I had another guest on the podcast. So she's like, what? She's 26 years age right now, and she like MBA from the top B schools of India, St. Xavier's, got into like one
Wow.
of the most elite media companies in India, and like during her first year of her job, she was like given a paid trip to Europe from her company. Like, what else do you want in your life, right?
Nice.
All that take all
Nice.
that
Yeah,
taken all
yeah.
that taken all that taken quit her job, and then now she is into freelancing stuff and all. And like, she gave me a perspective. I don't know
Nice.
how much she gave me a perspective. I don't know how much this suits, and I want you to like elaborate on that. She said that the internet makes us give this buzzword that, love your job, love what you do, love your work, etc., etc. And the truth is that honestly you can't, because see, ultimately it's your work, right? No one work by its very definition means that you're serving someone else, and no one likes to serve someone else. Everyone likes to be served by someone else, like
Mm,
that's the general notion, right?
okay.
So
Okay.
what she was saying is that like there's this whole buzz feed that's going on the internet, that you need to love your job, you need to like there are these motivational quotes on Instagram that you need to wake up as if you don't have to go to work, etc., etc., love Mondays, etc., etc. And she's like, dude, that's not possible, because in any work, like she said, even in freelancing, you think that freelancing is glossier than corporate job. It has its own set of problems. So like
Absolutely.
it's like even if you're
Of
trading
course. Of
if
course.
even if you're trading freelancing with corporate, it's like you're trading one set of problems for the other. It's not that your life will be smooth and all. So like, what's your take on that? Is corporate, this entire culture that, okay, corporate is toxic
Uh,
and all, is it true, or is it just a hoax?
no, 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 no. Corporate is toxic is a motherhood statement. Yeah, that's not true. I mean that can't be a truism and can't be accepted as it is.
Okay.
ऐसा थोड़ी ना है कि यार पूरी corporate दुनिया ही मतलब फालतू है या पूरा freelance की दुनिया ही बहुत गजब है. So I'll
Hmm.
agree with her there. But I also have to partially disagree with that perspective because I believe that it is indeed possible to love your job. And this example might sound cliched, but tell me something. एक तो जॉब और वर्क में फर्क है. ठीक है. इंडिया में अनफॉर्चुनेटली स्लेव मेंटालिटी इतनी इंग्रेंड हो गई है कि हमें दोनों चीजों में फर्क दिखना बंद हो गया है.
Okay.
काम काम होता है, नौकरी नौकरी होती है. नौकरी is one of the modes in which you work or choose to work,
Yeah.
or in many cases forced to work, and I'll come to that part also. To
Yeah.
be able to move out of a well-paying job is as much about privilege as it is about courage. Please understand, many people want to do that but do not have that privilege, और उसमें उनकी कोई गलती नहीं है.
Makes sense.
There are a set of pre-existing conditions which have not afforded them that privilege, so we need to be empathetic, we need to be conscious of that.
Third world problem.
बहुत ज्यादा इम्तियाज अली मूवीज देख के हमें लगता है कि जो नौकरी कर रहे हैं वो बेवकूफ हैं, तो ऐसा नहीं है. वहां भी दो चीजें, कुछ लोग जेन्युइनली उसे एंजॉय करते हैं इन 11 years of working as an employee, and even beyond that, where I come in touch with many employees as in the role of clients or partners, many people love their jobs genuinely.
Yeah.
But I think it is more important to love your work. Tell me something, why is it not possible to love your work? As your friend, your guest on the other podcast said, tell me something. uh, does Michael Phelps work? Does Roger Federer work?
Yeah.
These guys work, don't they? Can we deny कि ये काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, कि
Yeah.
सिर्फ
So
मस्ती
okay.
काट रहे हैं? ऐसा
So
तो नहीं है.
I'll just add a context over here. Here's what she meant. She said that everyone likes to go on the pedestal and take the trophy. Like, so for example, if there's an athlete, okay, there's an athlete who is into running and all sorts of sports. Okay, now when he is on the stage, he's receiving those medals, he enjoys that part. But no one in his right senses would enjoy waking up 4 a.m. every single day, going to run on the ground. That's the grind.
No,
Now,
I disagree. I disagree.
okay, so
I
what's your
disagree,
rebuttal?
man.
What's your rebuttal to that?
Lionel Messi के interviews सुनो पढ़ो.
Okay.
Even today, that man says, I don't give two hoots about the trophies.
Okay.
Even today, he says the thing that I love the most in life is kicking the ball around.
Okay.
that is how much you have to, love your passion, be lucky enough and focused enough to identify your passion.
Yeah, cool.
तुम उसे 4 बजे उठाते हो, उसे काम नहीं लगता है, वो उसे मजा आता है. और
Yeah.
अगर हमें ये चीज नहीं समझ आती है तो हम उतने फॉर्चुनेट नहीं है, या इतने फोकस नहीं है, या दोनों नहीं है.
Yeah.
So it is up to us to get to that level where we have to love that.
Yeah, she also had another point which said
So,
that, yeah, I'll just add one point over here. She said that
ट्रॉफीज लेने में मजा आता है उसको.
yeah, exactly. वो
ट्रॉफीज
तो
लेने में मजा आता है, बट he loves his club so much कि उसे वो ट्रॉफीज लेता है तो उसे there is that feeling of gratitude, there is that feeling of joy for his fans, he does all of that. But
Yeah.
सबसे ऊपर उसके लिए लाइफ में जो प्लेजर है वो है kicking a ball around and scoring goals.
Yeah, that's true. So I'll give you some more context to this. So this girl I'm talking about, who was on the podcast, she is into travel vlogging and all. That's the dream profession.
nice.
After Ye Jawani Hai Diwani dropped in the Indian market.
Absolutely.
That's the dream
Yeah,
profession for every Indian.
सबको बनना है. सबको बनना है.
So हर कोई उड़ना चाहता है, दौड़ना चाहता है. Okay, so that's the narrative that's going on. So what she said was, a lot of time it happens that you don't dislike the profession, you dislike the monotony that it comes along. Like, let's say, suppose if you like a particular chocolate, let's say Cadbury. If I give you Cadbury every single day, there will come a point when you say, no boss, I don't want this. Now it's not that you dislike Cadbury, it's like you are given Cadbury every single day कि वो इतना resistance create हो जाता है, now you know, I don't want this anymore. And that's what she said happens to a lot of people, even in the ones that you'll say na, this guy loves his job, even that may be actors, that may be travel bloggers, as you said. These guys, inherently we say that, okay, these guys love their job, right? But still the monotony that kicks in. That she said that I'm in travel blogging, right? You may think I'm in the profession that everyone admires to be. She's like, cool, one up to that, and no denial in that. Okay, but the point comes over here is that as a travel blogger, you want that if you have gone to a location, you explore that with peace. You explore that, with your entire time. But when you are doing travel blogging, number one, you're bootstrapped, no company is backing you. Number two, you have a schedule, 10 a.m. wake up, 12 a.m. this, 5 a.m. this. So you are on a schedule. So sometimes the fun element takes a backseat and the profession element
absolutely
comes in the front. So that was her point.
ये तो होता ही है, ये तो I have to agree 100%, 110% if you will. कोई भी काम चाहे कितना भी पैशन हो तो उसमें चैलेंजेस तो होंगे ही यार, और मोनोटनी इज अ बिग चैलेंज. व्लॉगिंग में जैसे, एंड व्लॉगिंग का वन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एलिमेंट विच आई कैन ट्रैवल व्लॉगिंग का विच आई कैन रिलेट इज द राइटिंग पार्ट. अब उसमें तो डिसिप्लिन चाहिए ना. इफ यू हैव टू क्रंच आउट अ सर्टेन नंबर ऑफ वर्ड्स एवरी डे, एवरी वीक, एवरी मंथ to keep your vlog going, और या तो अगर आपको वीडियो भी शूट करना है तो एक स्क्रिप्ट कुछ तो आपको मतलब काम करना पड़ेगा. देखो, अगर काम का कॉन्सेप्ट ही अगर बुरा लगता है, मेहनत का कॉन्सेप्ट ही अगर तकलीफ दे रहा है, तो प्रॉब्लम बहुत सीरियस है और बहुत अलग है. I mean, then my sympathies for someone who feels that way, unless he is born to a sheikh or something. फिर उसका तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता. But as long as you are liking what you are doing, you will probably find it easier to find ways around those challenges, like monotony, like too much of stress, or too much volume of work, or tough business environment. Like, I respect the fact that she was honest enough to say that she's bootstrapped, so it is difficult. Many people try to paint a rosy picture unnecessarily, and kudos to your guest, kudos to this lady for calling it out what it is. Till you reach a certain level, you will be bootstrapped. But there are travel vloggers who have super sponsors, who have many sponsors dying to lining up literally to sign you up. Their money stops being a problem. But do they not have problems? They have bigger problems. There will be 4 clients who have put money, who are sponsors, breathing down your neck. तो challenge तो वो भी है, right? तो challenges will exist, but that doesn't mean कि काम में मजा नहीं आता है.
Yeah, so she actually quoted this in a very nice way, and that became like the underlying statement for me. She said that your work will give you pain. Okay, that's it. Your work will give you pain. Make sure it does not become chronic pain.
Oh, absolutely.
It can be 1 week goes stressful, 2 week goes stressful, but like 6 months when you look back, it should not be that shit I didn't build anything which I wanted to. When you look back like 6 months,
या
that should be great.
या यार ये तो मतलब पूरा 6 महीना ही मतलब was torture. ये फीलिंग नहीं आना चाहिए. कुछ
Yeah,
अच्छा हुआ ही नहीं, मेरे को
yeah,
सिर्फ बुरी चीजें याद हैं, तो then definitely there is a problem.
yeah. That's the
And you may want to relook at a few things. Agreed, 100%,
yeah.
100%. And
So
that's profound for a 26-year-old man. I am really impressed with this generation in many ways. I know this is an okay boomer moment probably,
yeah,
but on a lighter note, I think also this generation doesn't get the categories clearly. Boomer is someone born between 1946 and 65. और लोगों को ज्यादातर जो ये ओके बूमर टर्म यूज करते हैं उनको पता ही नहीं है कि ये कहाँ यूज करना है. They'll happily call anyone okay boomer. But yeah, that is profound. That perspective is profound, and thanks for sharing that.
yeah. So next I'd want to segue into a topic which is that you have your hands into like three things, you know, marketing, consulting, writing, and stand-up comedy. Now, what happens with a lot of people, and like even I had faced a fair share of it, is that we make these imaginary timetables in our head that okay, even if I'm into a job, so like 9 to 5 is the job, these many hours sleeping, these many hours eating, so still I have X number of hours left. A lot of people complain that it's easy to take up a calci and just calculate that okay, 24 minus 10 minus 4, you have certain number of hours left. But when you actually go to a job, that job drains the hell out of you. So now on paper you have like 5 year you have like 5 years, which is like nothing to do with that. You can use that 5 years to build a side hustle, but that job will drain you so much that you will just lie down on your bed, not even sleep, just lie down on your bed doing nothing in those 5 hours. Now I want to ask you that how's your thing going? Like, you are not doing a job, but you are actually doing something into the marketing consulting. So how are you then balancing writing? How are you balancing stand-up comedy along with that?
Yeah, it's not easy. As you said, it's not easy for anyone. It's not easy for someone into a job. It's not easy for someone who is freelancing, who is independent. आसान तो किसी के लिए भी नहीं है. And you hit the nail on the head when you said that one needs to find time. आपको, as you said rightly, वो Excel sheet में आपको 5 घंटा दिख रहा है, पर वो 5 घंटा आपके पास है नहीं. Because you're tired, the mind, it takes a toll on the mind, right?
Yeah.
Body also, yeah. Sometimes you're so tired that even when it is time to sleep, you're not able to sleep because you're in so much mental stress or physical stress.
Yeah, a lot of people have even said things like, dude, I was interested into drawing and all. I joined this job. I have like 5 hours to me, like I have 5 hours extra at home, but I still don't do drawing because then I start hating the thing which I once used to love. There are stories like that.
हाँ, बिकॉज आप उस विंडो के अंदर खुद पे प्रेशर डाल के काम करने की, मतलब कुछ आउटपुट भयंकर निकालने की कोशिश कर रहे हो, एंड दैट बिकम्स डिफिकल्ट. तो टाइम का तो यार, आई मीन ऑनेस्टली आई डोंट हैव आंसर्स, but yes, some of the things that I have learned is that despite initial feelings of disappointment with making timetables on an Excel or on a Calci or wherever, on the most complex tools like Asana and Evernote or Notion और जो भी लोग यूज करते हैं, जहां भी बनाते हो, उनमें इनिशियली आपको लग सकता है कि यार ये सब तो मतलब कुछ काम ही नहीं कर रहा है रियल लाइफ में. बट इफ यू कीप एट इट ना, I can tell you with some confidence from my experience and of people who have a lot more experience than me, they work. Productivity tools work as long as you give them enough runway. आप लगे रहो उस प्रोसेस में of creating a timetable and trying to stick to it. Sooner than later you will, or in some cases, on a lighter note, later than sooner, but you will succeed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As far as I am concerned, yes, I am trying to balance three things. On the work front, there is work as a marketer, there is writing work, and there is stand up में तो perform भी करना होता है. तो अभी तो चलो ठीक है, लॉकडाउन में we are performing from home. Yeah. Otherwise, so many times I would travel 2 hours one way to do 5 minutes or 10 minutes of time.
Yeah.
Because I am not a big famous comedian yet, right? By the way, even the famous comedians do 5-minute and 10-minute spots to polish their material. It's an iterative process. It's a ruthless process. And sometimes it also feels very unfair. But yes, there are so many times, sometimes thrice in a week, I am traveling 4 hours in a day to do 5 minutes or 10 minutes of stage time.
Yeah.
But that's what, and I come back to the point, it is something I love. Those 10 minutes on stage, those 5 minutes on stage, when I'm making people laugh, they give me so much energy. I am not kidding. And I know this will sound like some Deepak Chopra or Shiv Khera type or Sandeep Maheshwari type motivational talk, but those 5 minutes give me, I don't know how many hours of energy over the next few days.
Makes sense.
So I meet people, I do my material, I travel, I think of what I will do when I am traveling to the venue. When I'm traveling back from the venue, I'm thinking of what I did, or I'm speaking to other comedians.
Yeah.
And we may joke that comedian ka dost nahi hota kabhi and all of that, but let me tell you, I have met some amazing people from so many different walks of life that I wouldn't have met otherwise. Even in marketing, I have met so many different marketeers, so many different styles of working, so many different philosophies of marketing. There is so much energy that you get from these people. Time management becomes easy when you have enough positive energy.
Yeah.
And
That
of
makes
course
sense.
a good schedule, good productivity hacks, they are
Hmm.
useful.
Hmm.
I don't let people tell me otherwise
Hmm.
कि ये सब तो होता ही नहीं है. ऐसे तो यार फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट भी, आप पर्सनल फाइनेंस भी मैनेज करने बैठोगे, आप देखोगे ठीक है महीने का मेरे को जो भी 50,000 1 लाख 1.5 लाख जो भी मिलता है, खर्चे लिखने बैठोगे तो आपको लगेगा हाँ कोई इतने खर्चे तो है नहीं, ये बहुत 50% तो बचना ही चाहिए, उसमें से मैं ये करूंगा वो शेख चिल्ली वाली बातें हम करते हैं, राइट?
Hmm.
बट एक्चुअली उतने पैसे बचते नहीं है.
Hmm.
बट फिर भी मैं कहूंगा अगर लिख के कर रहे हो ना, थोड़ा सा अगर तमीज से अगर खर्चे करोगे
With
तो
time
यू
आ
विल
जाता है.
एटलीस्ट सेव. हाँ, you will at least save more than what you would have if you wouldn't care at all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that delta can be significant.
Hmm. That is there. So now,
So that's my 2 pence.
yeah, that's there. So now, like, I would want to set you free to completely bitch about the corporate life of India.
यार मतलब क्या ही कहाँ से शुरू करूँ यार, हम पता नहीं क्यों ऐसे हैं, बहुत सारी दिक्कतें हैं यार, बहुत सारी दिक्कतें हैं. बहुत अच्छी चीजें भी हैं, लेट मी टेल यू, मतलब I'll come to that also.
Okay, so I'll narrow down the
दिक्कतें.
question. I'll narrow down the question. So this should not go out as a wrong message that I'm telling corporate life is bad or something. I'll give like I'll tell you, like I have barely worked like in 2-3 jobs. Those are like one of being call center and other small firms. So I don't have like a much experience to brag about कि मैंने corporate में काम किया है. But I'll tell you from where my question comes. So there are these stand-up comedy videos on YouTube which are about corporate life in India, about offices in India and all. And I read the comment section, and the comment section is literally people writing paragraphs and paragraphs that like, dude, you cracked a joke about bosses, my boss is exactly the same and he did something similar. And that's like people write paragraphs in the comment box, and that only happens wherein you have faced it actually in real time in your real life. So like, what's the scene over there, like how is it going?
हाँ तो है, कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ इज अ जोक, तो यू हैव नेल्ड इट. मतलब है, इट इज रिलेटेबल बिकॉज इट इज ट्रू.
Yeah.
Like some people used to give me ज्ञान and they keep giving ज्ञान which I don't agree with completely, कि यार stereotypes पे क्यों खेलने का, तुम लोग ऐसे stereotype पे क्यों खेलते हो. अरे stereotypes exist because they are true.
Yeah.
And if you think that ये stereotype बहुत हुआ है, तो please understand that that is exactly the reason it is working. Otherwise it wouldn't be a stereotype. बहुत बार हुआ है तभी stereotype हुआ है. तो है, in corporate life in general has issues because it is an look, it is a form, I mean it is a civilized and very structured and a lot more empathetic form, but a form of bonded labor nonetheless.
To a much extent.
Let us accept that. है ना यार, टू अ ग्रेट एक्सटेंट तो वही है, ठीक है. उसमें तुमने फेयरनेस इनकॉर्पोरेट किया है, वेलफेयर इनकॉर्पोरेट किया है, लॉजिक इनकॉर्पोरेट किया है, ह्यूमैनिटी कुछ हद तक इनकॉर्पोरेट करने की कोशिश की है. बट ultimately it's an agreement कि you are trading your time for money.
Yeah.
And in that time you're trading certain effort, and in that effort you're also trading what kind of effort. In what kind of effort you're also trading how you will deliver, जहां पे बिहेवियरल एस्पेक्ट्स भी आ जाते हैं. एंड इंडिया में कुछ स्पेसिफिक प्रॉब्लम्स हैं which are systemic. एक, एंड आई कीप कमिंग बैक टू दिस, आई थिंक इंडिया के हर प्रॉब्लम का बेसिस है दैट वी आर टू मेनी पीपल.
Yeah.
हमें 70 साल में अक्ल नहीं आई कि हमें मतलब और बच्चे नहीं पैदा करने चाहिए। अभी भी इंडियंस का माइलस्टोन होता है कि हाँ भाई बच्चे बच्चे मतलब पैदा तो करनी ही है लाइफ में, मतलब शादी करनी है, फिर बच्चे करने हैं, 2 बच्चे करने हैं प्रेफरेबली, क्यों नहीं हो रहे हैं उसके बच्चे। एंड यार इतने बच्चे पैदा करके क्या उखाड़ लिया है हमने, मतलब
हमारा ही
ऑनेस्टली
कंपटीशन इंक्रीज हो गया।
कंपटीशन से लेके ट्रैफिक तक, वन ऑफ आवर बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम्स इज आवर फेटिश फॉर इंक्रीजिंग द ह्यूमन पॉपुलेशन, स्पेशली इंडियंस। और हमें नहीं समझ आता है, वी टेंड टू बी इमोशनल इडियट्स अबाउट दिस। अडॉप्शन इज लुक्ड डाउन अपॉन। इतने बच्चे बेचारे मतलब बिना प्यार के बिना खाने के मर रहे हैं, लेकिन हमें अपनी प्रोजेनी चाहिए। एंड व्हाट आर वी प्राउड ऑफ, मतलब ऐसा क्या उखाड़ा है लाइफ में कि तुम्हारे बच्चे कुछ बहुत ज्यादा उखाड़ेंगे आगे, बैठो ना चुपचाप। पर नहीं, हमें नहीं समझ आता। कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ में भी अल्टीमेटली इट इज दिस ओवर कॉम्पिटिशन which makes snakes out of absolutely good human beings. आदमी घुसता कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ में ठीक ठाक ही है, या इवन उससे पहले कई बार शुरू हो जाता है। कॉलेज लाइफ में आदमी, स्कूल लाइफ में आदमी घुसता ठीक ठाक है। बाय द टाइम यू आर इनटू द सिस्टम फॉर अ पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, यू वांट टू डेसिमेट एवरीवन एल्स बिकॉज you want to get to those coveted positions which are much lesser than the number of people vying for that. And as the economy is going to bits because of overpopulation mainly and human stupidity on top of overpopulation, that situation is only getting worse. पहले तो क्या था, competition और प्रमोशन के लिए तुम घटिया इंसान बन रहे थे। अब तुम सिर्फ अपनी नौकरी बचाने के लिए भी कई बार घटियापन कर रहे हो। और उसमें नेचुरली यार जहां घटियापन है, जहां नेगेटिविटी है, थैंकफुली वहां ह्यूमर भी है। Because humor is always about things which are difficult, things which are challenging, things which are weird, things which make no sense, things which are absolutely stupid. Things which scare you to the core.
Adding
to this humor aata hai, and that is why it is relatable.
Adding to this point, a big credit that goes to humor is that when we are sitting in a room and everyone's talking about their jobs, their work, we hide the bad part. We generally show the good part, that my job is paying me X amount, it has these perks and that perks. But when humor starts, everyone breaks through that shell, everyone breaks through that perfect persona personality. Exactly. And everyone is like, if there's a joke on a bad boss, everyone laughs at that, and you laughing at that is your
everyone wants to join in,
is your acknowledgement that I also have a bad
यार yes but इसमें भी दो एस्पेक्ट है, I'll come to both. एक तो यार ये चैलेंज है कि we are also a very hyper reverential culture. हमारे यहाँ ना मतलब I'll tell you, we tend to make fun of and respect, and more problematically respect things which people have not achieved but that people are born with, and we tend to revere that way too much. कि यार वो तो ब्राह्मण है, अरे पर उसमें उसने क्या उखाड़ा, that is an accident of birth. Also ये जो we overdo this उम्र का लिहाज, we overdo it. करना चाहिए एज, हमें एक्सपीरियंस का लिहाज करना चाहिए, उम्र का नहीं। हमें अगर उस इंसान ने अपनी उम्र को सही यूज किया है और वो आज अगर वाइज है, इफ ही इज वाइज, अगर वो मतलब स्मार्ट है, अगर वो उसका एक्सपीरियंस लोगों के काम आ रहा है, अगर वो अच्छा इंसान बना है थैंक्स टू द नंबर ऑफ इयर्स ही हैज स्पेंट ऑन द प्लैनेट, तो वो सम्मान के इज्जत का हकदार है। बट हमारे वहां हम वो सब नहीं देखते हैं। जस्ट बिकॉज उसके सफेद बाल हैं या वो मतलब हमसे पहले पैदा हुए थे, एंड दिस इज अभिषेक उपमन्यु's जोक, राइट, कि बड़ों की रिस्पेक्ट करो, the way he says it, क्यों करो पता नहीं, क्योंकि these are all, there is a whole bunch of losers who have only gained years, done nothing of significance, become worse human beings with age, but now they know that they don't deserve respect, पर अब चाहिए तो दो। तो that, और हमारा भी वो कल्चर है, हमको बचपन से सिखाया जाता है कि नहीं वो तो बड़े हैं, वो तो बड़े हैं। we put down kids who question, we shut up kids who challenge, especially elders. So we are a hyper reverential culture. हमारे में ये reverence और and that translates into जी हुजूरी in corporate world. हमें लगता है कि किसी की चाट के अगर करियर बन रहा है तो मेहनत करनी ही क्यों है, या मेहनत के साथ साथ अगर ये कर ले तो there are outsized benefits of plus points. तो वो कल्चर को हम बढ़ावा देते हैं. मोस्ट
Hmm.
पीपल कीप प्रोग्रेसिंग इन दैट सिस्टम.
Hmm.
आफ्टर 20 years दे ओनली हैव दीज पीसेस ऑफ पेपर टू शो कि इतना सैलरी बढ़ा, इतना ये कर लिया. अवार्ड भी खरीदे जाते हैं, कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में भी खरीदे जाते हैं, बाय द वे, सिर्फ फिल्म वर्ल्ड में नहीं होता है.
Hmm.
मेनी मेनी कॉर्पोरेट अवार्ड्स कैन बी बॉट, और लोग उनको फ्लॉन्ट कर रहे हैं लिंक्डइन पे कि और मैंने ये. एंड आई एम लाइक थिंकिंग कि भाई मतलब ये अवार्ड्स, थैंक्स टू बीइंग इन मार्केटिंग, मुझे कई गंदी सच्चाइयां पता है. और
Hmm.
मेरे से बड़े बड़े मार्केटर्स हैं, उनको मेरे से 10 गुना ज्यादा पता है. वो तो पता नहीं कितना हंसते होंगे ये
Hmm.
सब पे.
Hmm.
लिंक्डइन पे अवार्ड्स डालते हैं, टॉप 100 एक्स, 40 अंडर 40, 30 अंडर 30. मेनी ऑफ देम, नॉट ऑल ऑफ देम, सम ऑफ
Hmm.
देम do have some respect, some credibility. Many of them can be bought यार, and people are flaunting them, and I am
तो
like भाई मतलब तू ये बता के जो थोड़ी इज्जत थी वो भी गिरा रहा है, तू मत कर ये सब.
वो तो फिर पीआर वालों के फोन जाते होंगे अवार्ड्स के लिए.
हाँ, अरे ऑफर आता है यार कि आपको ब्रॉन्ज चाहिए तो आप फुल पेज ऐड दे दो, डिजिटल पे इतना प्रॉपर्टी उठा लो,
हम्म.
वहां पे मतलब इसको स्पॉन्सर करवा दो, आपके सीईओ का इंटरव्यू छाप देंगे और
हम्म.
अवार्ड भी दे देंगे.
हम्म.
तो ये चीजें होती हैं, ये चीजें
मेक
होती हैं.
सेंस, मेक सेंस. So
और
next
अब
up.
लोग चेज किए जा रहे हैं इन चीजों को.
So वो तो that's happening, that's there. I didn't include this in the podcast, but I just came across this one concept, which was that about this entire achieving materialistic goals and corporate success, materialistic success in general. There is this term which is not very famous, but it applies everywhere, and that is
Hmm.
aspirational. That is aspirational commodities. Like we have heard about commodities, economic commodities,
ओ
non.
यस, ओ यस,
The
ओ यस.
meaning of aspirational commodities is that you so there is a big car, there is a big fat car. Okay, many people say that owning that car won't give you happiness. Agreed, big up to that. Owning that car won't give you happiness, but that car is not a car, it's an aspirational commodity. Owning that car won't give you happiness, but not owning that car will give you sadness. It's like the moment you buy it, it's finished. ऐसा नहीं है कि रोज वो गाड़ी में बैठ के खुशी मिले ना, बट जिस दिन तक वो गाड़ी नहीं खरीदी उस दिन तक एक void रहता है कि I want to buy that. And that's the entire crux why this whole corporate thing which we discussed, that all stands upon this corporate commodity, like aspirational commodities concept.
I know. So that is very true, yeah, because actual achievements take a lot, of focus, lot of effort, lot of challenges.
Yeah.
Much easier to flaunt stuff which is easily available. Dusra, people will not you know be honest about their challenges and their weaknesses. आजकल तो challenge flaunt करना भी एक फैशन हो गया है, by the way. LinkedIn पे वो भी हो रहा है कि वो इंडियन आइडल वाला जो मॉडल है ना, मैं कितना दुखी था, मैं काफी गरीब था, फिर
स्ट्रगल
मुझे
किया है,
मेरे साथ
स्ट्रगल
ये
किया है.
हुआ. हाँ, स्ट्रगल स्ट्रगल भाई, मतलब स्ट्रगल. सारे के सारे अनन्या पांडे बने हुए हैं वहां पे. मैंने बहुत स्ट्रगल किया. मैं पहले आईआईटी गया, फिर आईआईएम गया, फिर मैंने इतना स्ट्रगल किया, इतना स्ट्रगल किया. मैं 10 लोगों से 10 लेवल ऊपर ज्वाइन किया, फिर भी स्ट्रगल किया. 2 लेवल मैंने 5 साल में कवर किया बिकॉज आई ऑलरेडी हैड अ हेड स्टार्ट. मैं 100 मीटर के रेस में 60 मीटर से स्टार्ट किया, बाकी लोग पीछे से स्टार्ट किए, लेकिन वो भाड़ में गए. मेरा स्ट्रगल तो सुनो. that has also been happening, but people don't talk about their weaknesses. And you mentioned that interesting point कि लोगों को जैसे बॉस जोक्स पे बहुत मजा आता है, क्योंकि सबको लगता है कि हाँ यार मेरा बॉस हरामी है. पर मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ यार, मतलब क्रॉस योर हार्ट एंड टेल मी, तुम परफेक्ट हो क्या? वहां तुम्हारा बॉस भी मतलब किसी दारू पार्टी में बैठ के सारे बॉसेस मिलके भी तुमको गालियां देते होंगे, एंड नॉट ऑल ऑफ दैट इज अनजस्टिफाइड.
Yeah, that is
तुम
true.
भी तो यार मतलब तुम में भी तो घटियापन होगा ना. तुम भी कभी
एम्प्लॉयज
बॉस
भी,
बनोगे,
एम्प्लॉयज भी अपनी साइड
तुम
से.
भी कभी बॉस बनोगे, और फिर तुम्हारे जूनियर्स, तुम्हारे टीममेट्स भी यही चीजें बोलेंगे, क्योंकि तुम भी परफेक्ट नहीं हो. बट हाउ मेनी ऑफ अस actually have that courage or that niceness or that openness to make fun of themselves, to do self deprecating jokes? वो 10 में से 8 लोगों में नहीं होता है, और जिनमें होता है, those are the people who are special. उनको I would say, let's hold them close, let's give them a close hug after the quarantine, of course. But that is what I think we need to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I wanted to turn this conversation into the past 10 minutes were depressing. We told everyone why corporate life sucks. But if there is someone who is into corporate life and they want to get into something like a stand-up comedy, so what is the 0 to 1 procedure? Like how are things done?
But the important question there is the why. मतलब why is someone who is in a corporate world
as in
wants to get in?
everyone has their own passion to follow, but because you are into the stand-up world, so I kept this contextual.
Okay.
Okay.
So
yeah.
So I'll tell you why I asked the why question. Because देखो दो लीवर हो सकते हैं, राइट? दो फैक्टर्स हो सकते हैं. एक होता है कि यार मैं ना बड़ा फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया हूँ कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ से, कुछ तो अलग करना है. तो चलो स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी करते हैं. दैट कुड बी वन. सेकंड कुड बी आई वांट टू डू स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी एंड माय कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ इज गेटिंग इन द वे. हाउ डू आई डू दैट? और फर्स्ट वाले में एक वेरिएंट भी है.
Okay.
कि यार मेरे को कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ से निकलना है और मैंने मूवीज में देखा है कि स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी बड़ा कूल है और अमेजॉन स्पेशल्स में भी ये कॉमेडियंस बड़े कूल लगते हैं. कूल भी है, इन पे लड़कियां भी मर रही हैं और पैसे भी मिल रहे हैं. तो ये करना है. तो आई वुड से यार इफ यू आर इन द फर्स्ट कैटेगरी, अगर वो मोटिवेशन है तो प्लीज डोंट. बहुत भीड़ है भाई स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी में, हमें छोड़ दो यार. मतलब तुम्हें वैसे भी योर मोटिवेशन इज नॉट डूइंग कॉमेडी. तुम अपना कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ का फ्रस्ट्रेशन कहीं और निकालो. कम टू आवर शोज, डू दैट. बाय टिकट्स, कम टू आवर शोज, laugh at our jokes, we'll take that stress away. But if you're frustrated with corporate life, then there could be many reasons for that. If the nature of the job itself or the model of the job, as in a job is a problem, try to find answers. Your passion could be maybe stand up comedy, maybe something else. वो क्या है तुम्हारा passion, वो ढूंढो.
Basically identify the difference between passion and escapism. It should not be
exactly nailed it.
stand up comedy को scapegoat बना के corporate से मत निकलो.
मत भागो यार, वो कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला है उससे. और for that matter किसी भी और profession यार, why am I only saying? I have friends who are in music, who are in poetry, who are in event management. Yeah, they genuinely wanted to do that. They love that, and that is why they are doing that. Many of them have left corporate jobs and are doing that. But at the same time, ऐसा कोई formula नहीं है कि corporate job छोड़ के music करोगे तो by God मजा ही आ जाएगा life में. Or your guest who's a travel vlogger, dude, I am sure she loves travel, she loves writing, and she loves vlogging. That is why she is doing what she is doing. अभी कल को हर कोई उठ के बोलेगा कि मेरे को नौकरी में मजा नहीं आ रहा है, तो ट्रैवल व्लॉगिंग में बड़ा मजा आता है, ये करते हैं, तो वो मत करो. दूसरा, अगर नौकरी कर रहे हो और अनलेस कोई रईस ज़ादे हो, अगर कॉमेडी करना है या कोई भी आर्ट फॉर्म परस्यू करना है जहां द पाथ टू मोनेटाइजेशन इज नॉट क्रिस्टल क्लियर, तो डोंट लीव योर जॉब. नौकरी छोड़ना इज अ वन डे प्रोसेस. एक दिन जाना है बॉस के पास, बोलना है अलविदा, मेल लिखना है, उसको एचआर को लूप में रखना है, खत्म. आज की तारीख में तो अनलेस यू आर समबडी वेरी स्पेशल, कोई रिटेन करने की कोशिश भी नहीं करेगा. 1-1.5 महीना सैलरी आएगी, नोटिस पीरियड होगा, मजा आएगा, उसके बाद पैसे हो जाएंगे खत्म. फिर कितना टाइम तुम अपने सेविंग्स पे निकाल सकते हो, क्या तुम्हारी जिम्मेदारियां हैं. सी, बिल्स नीड टू बी पेड. पैशन कैन वेट, EMIs कैनॉट. ये चीजें ना, मतलब ये एक सर्टेन एज पे हमें समझ में नहीं आती.
ये वीडियो का टाइटल बन गया.
हाँ, ये बिल्कुल डालो, बिल्कुल डालो यार. ये समझना बहुत जरूरी है भाई, क्योंकि देखो बाकी सब अच्छा है, लेकिन क्या है कि पैसे अच्छे लगते हैं. अच्छे लगने से भी ज्यादा अच्छे लगने की स्टेज तब आती है जब जरूरतें पूरी हो. पहले जरूरत पूरी करने लायक पैसे और पैसों का इनफ्लो होते रहना चाहिए. बिकॉज क्या कहना चाहिए, स्टैग्नेंट मनी विल गेट ओवर. दैट इज हाउ मैथ्स वर्क्स, right?
I have this very simple one liner when like this is the base when it comes to passion versus money. I'm like, follow.
तुम मुझे बहुत मटेरियल दे रहे हो भाई, थैंक यू.
I'm like follow Maslow's need hierarchy table. That is the epic thing. I don't know if you have seen that thing or not, but so there's this guy economist.
भाई तुम कितना पढ़ते हो यार, तुम 18 इयर्स की उम्र में तुम मैस्लोस पढ़ रहे हो. मैं पता नहीं क्या पढ़ रहा था उस टाइम पे.
नहीं, so ये चीज
I am impressed.
ये चीज फेमस हुई है. तो so there's this economist somewhere, Maslow's, तो उसका कुछ तो जर्मन नाम है, forgot about his name.
नहीं, I know the theory, but I am saying at 18 I didn't, which is what is blowing my mind.
This is for the audience to know. So what he actually coined down was, so he made a pyramid structure and उसमें उसने बॉटम लेयर में रखा
absolutely.
अपने बेसिक नीड्स हो गए, फूड, वाटर, शेल्टर, रिलेशनशिप्स.
Food,
अपने
water, shelter, हाँ.
सेकंड लेयर में he put some sort of
Social needs.
good money, yeah, social needs, good money, promotions and all, वो सब सेकंड लेयर आ गया. थर्ड लेयर was filthy money like luxuries, travel हो गया तुम्हारा, and
Right.
you know, just enjoying out. And then fourth layer was
Right.
तुम्हारा अपना बांटो, सोसाइटी को गिव बैक करो, एंड द ओल्ड एज स्टेज जिसे हम कहते हैं, यू नो, दान करो एंड ऑल दैट थिंग. नाउ ही सेड के द बेस्ट अप्रोच टू लाइफ इज टू गो फ्रॉम डाउन टू अप. जब तक तुम्हारा नीचे का लेयर सॉर्टेड नहीं है, तुम ऊपर कर ही नहीं सकते. फॉर एग्जांपल
दिक्कत होगी.
फॉर एग्जांपल मेरा रेंट का पैसा अभी तक नहीं आया है, बट मैं बात कर रहा हूँ लाइफ फिलोसॉफी के बारे में. सो आई एम इनटू अ वेरी बैड प्लेस.
फायदा नहीं है ना. हाँ, कोई फायदा नहीं है ना, उन चीजों से और तकलीफ ही होगी. सो द टॉप मोस्ट लेयर, एंड दिस इज अगेन फॉर आवर मिलियंस ऑफ व्यूअर्स टू नो, बिकॉज we have a habit of, you know, giving ज्ञान. ये is self actualization, जो सबसे ऊपर वाला जो स्टेज है, that's what it is called, if I remember correctly. तो यार ये सब सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन और ये एक्टिविज्म, ये सब अच्छा लगता है अगर बेसिक नीड्स पूरी हो रहे हैं.
एग्जैक्टली. अगर कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा, फॉलो डाउन टू अप अप्रोच, नीचे से लेयर एम्प्टी करते जाओ एंड यू विल बी गुड इन लाइफ.
तो यार नौकरी छोड़ना, एज आई सेड, बहुत आसान है भाई. नौकरी छोड़ के सरवाइव करना मुश्किल है. You need to have some sort of an idea ki do I have skills, B, do I have skills which the market wants, right, and C, can I make the market and my skills meet so that I am able to make money out of that. कुछ तो confidence कुछ होना चाहिए ना. And one of the things which helps a lot is your relationships and meaningful relationships. मतलब ठीक है, आपने नौकरी में 10 लोगों को हाय हेलो किया होगा, अगर कुछ मीनिंगफुल बिल्ड, कुछ एक्वेंटेंसेस और रिलेशनशिप्स में फर्क समझो, कुछ मीनिंगफुल अगर बिल्ड किया है, अपने स्किल्स आपके अगर ऐसे हैं जो उन्हें याद हो, और अगर आप जेन्युइनली कुछ हद तक अच्छे इंसान थे और वो भी उनको याद रहे, तो आपको चांसेस है कि वो रिलेशनशिप आपको कमर्शियली, प्रोफेशनली भी आगे कुछ काम आ सकता है. एंड इट कैन बी गिव एंड टेक, राइट. उनको भी ये कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए कि आप भी उनकी लाइफ में कोई वैल्यू ऐड करोगे. So those are things which are important. One thing which, you know, Daniel Fernandez, one of the most famous comics in India, and there's another gentleman called Praveen Kumar. He's a comedian who's based in the South. Again, great comic. दोनों बहुत बढ़िया comedians हैं, और इन्होंने बहुत क्लियरली बोला है, बाकी लोग भी ये चीजें बोलते हैं. These are all experienced comedians who were in the corporate world, now do comedy, doing very well, phenomenally successful. उन्होंने ये बोला है कि यार, till the time you are not making about 75% of your day job money, सैलरी है या कोई और बिजनेस भी है आपका, उसमें से 75% जब तक आपके पैशन से, which in our case right now we are discussing comedy, जब तक 75% कॉमेडी से नहीं बन रहा है, ठीक है, आप ये भी कह सकते हो अरे पर मेरी सैलरी तो बहुत ज्यादा है, उतना मेरे को जरूरत भी नहीं है, तो चलो जरूरत पकड़ लेते हैं. आपका जरूरत का 75% जब तक कॉमेडी से नहीं बन रहा है, तब तक जो भी आपका दूसरा सोर्स ऑफ इनकम है उसको मत छोड़ो. क्योंकि वो बाकी 25% आप कवर करने में क्या है, वो कर लोगे, क्योंकि उतना टाइम आपको मिल जाएगा. आप 8 घंटे जो भी काम कर रहे हो, वो काम अगर कॉमेडी में दोगे तो 25% तो कवर कर ही लोगे, हो सकता है ज्यादा ही कर लोगे. पर आप ये भी समझो, इस वक्त अगर आप जॉब कर रहे हो और कॉमेडी से 75% बना रहे हो, योर एक्चुअल इनकम इज 1.75. यू आर एट 175%. तो नौकरी छोड़ोगे तो वो 1 तो गायब हो ही जाएगा. फिर आपको 75 से आइडियली तो 1.75 पे जाना है, which is not going to be easy. So ये सब सोच के करना चाहिए, बट हाँ, एक लिमिट के आगे सोच के भी फायदा नहीं है, क्योंकि there is a fine line between thinking and overthinking. लीप ऑफ फेथ थोड़ा तो लेना पड़ेगा, बट लीप ऑफ फेथ में नौकरी छोड़ना जरूरी नहीं है यार. मतलब मैंने भी जैसे काम छोड़ा, बट आई वाज वेरी क्लियर कि मेरा सिर्फ कॉमेडी से तो कुछ नहीं होने वाला. मेरे को लोगों ने बोला था कि 2 साल ओपन माइक्स करोगे, 2 साल तक एक पैसा नहीं बनेगा. आई वाज लकियर देन दैट. आई मेड सम मनी इवन इन माय फर्स्ट ईयर, वेरी लिटिल, बट जेब खर्च के लिए वो ठीक था. Second year, I made a lot more than that, which is still very less compared to what I would have been making. But I was very clear कि मेरे को सिर्फ कॉमेडी पर डिपेंड नहीं करना है, अपने पैशन पे ना मेरे ख्याल से कभी भी इतना ज्यादा प्रेशर नहीं डालना चाहिए कि वो, स्पेशली व्हेन यू हैव नॉट मेड इट. इफ यू हैव मेड इट, ग्रेट, फिर तो बी हेडलॉन्ग इनटू इट. मतलब रॉजर फेडरर थोड़ा ना नौकरी कर रहा है दिन में, इंश्योरेंस थोड़ा ना बेच रहा है.
That makes sense.
मेसी थोड़ी ना सॉफ्टवेयर कोडिंग कर रहा है दिन में, नहीं कर रहा है. बिकॉज दे हैव मेड इट, डूड. दे हैव विद देयर डेडिकेशन स्टार्टेड अर्ली, किल्ड इट, मेड इट. वो कर लो तो ठीक है, पर जब तक वो नहीं हो रहा है, आई वुड से यार इतना प्रेशर नहीं डालना चाहिए. बिकॉज अगेन वी आर इन अ वेरी कॉम्पिटिटिव कंट्री. यहाँ भैया इजी नहीं है सरवाइव करना. तो यू नीड टू नो वेयर योर दाल रोटी इज गोइंग टू कम फ्रॉम. उसके बाद फिर सोचो पैशन, चिकन, मटन, आर्ट, वो सब बाद में, पर दाल रोटी का जुगाड़ करो पहले. सो आई वाज वेरी क्लियर, मेरे को दो चीजें तो करनी थी, मार्केटिंग, कंसल्टेंसी एंड कॉमेडी. Writing happened within 2-3 months of that, and then I was like, okay, to me the magic number is 3. I believe in this rule of 3 या power of 3 जो बोलते हैं. 3 is an optimum number of things which you should follow in life. I know थोड़ा ज्ञान टाइप लग रहा है. Again, okay boomer me if you want, but I believe in the power of 3. उससे ज्यादा is crowd, उससे कम is risk.
Makes sense. So this was little dark side of things, but let's move into some good things. So you have some great great client names on your stand-up portfolio, on your stand-up CV. So like firstly I would like you to name them so that the audience gets to know what I'm talking about. And secondly, like how did you manage to get them on board? Like how did you convince them that hey, I'm doing shows for you?
Okay. First up, there is a lot of kindness and niceness in the universe. मुझे पहले काइंड और नाइस सेम लगता था, फिर मुझे किसी ने सिखाया कि दोनों अलग हैं. मुझे नहीं पता एग्जैक्टली कितना फर्क है, पर आई एम टोल्ड है, तो मैं मान लेता हूँ क्योंकि वो इंसान मेरे से बहुत ज्यादा नॉलेजेबल है, एक्सपीरियंस्ड है. सो देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ काइंडनेस एंड नाइसनेस इन द यूनिवर्स. जितना मैंने एक्सपेक्ट किया था उससे कहीं ज्यादा है.
Okay.
तो ये तो मैं पहले कहूंगा कि देयर आर पीपल, कहाँ से लोगों ने मुझे रीच आउट करके कंसिडर किया है, काम दिया है. एंड सो मेनी ऑफ दोस पीपल जो फालतू में बदनाम है. जैसे कॉमेडियन सर्किट में एक बड़ा पॉपुलर वो चलता है, और हर प्रोफेशन में होता है कि यार अपने प्रोफेशन के लोग ना अपने दोस्त नहीं होते. ये बहुत सुनने को मिलता है. कॉमेडियंस का तो बड़ा फेवरेट है. एनीवे, वी बिकॉज ऑफ द नेचर ऑफ कॉमेडी, कॉमेडी makes people laugh, but it essentially comes from challenges in life.
Yeah.
Right? जो हम देखते हैं या जो हम experience करते हैं. So there is a lot of negativity which we internalize and then convert it into positivity through jokes. तो हम अंदर से, हमारे अंदर बहुत negativity हम सोख करते हैं, जिसके लिए कई बार many comedians, including me, we tend to become very negative. It is a fight to constantly struggle against that.
Yeah.
तो कॉमेडियंस कई बार बोलते हैं कि अरे कॉमेडियंस तो कॉमेडियन के दोस्ती नहीं होते यार, ऐसा कुछ होता ही नहीं है ये वो. Let me tell you, my first corporate show came from a fellow comedian. My second, third shows also came from references of fellow comedians. मेरा पहला paid show, which was not a corporate, also came from the reference of a fellow comedian. अच्छा, कई लोग कहते हैं अरे वो बड़े comedians तो तुम्हारी मदद कर ही देंगे ना, क्योंकि उनको सस्ते shows करने नहीं है, तो वो तुमको पास ऑन कर देंगे. एक तो उसके पास लाइफ में ना टाइम बहुत कम है, मेरे से तो बहुत कम, बिकॉज ही इज सक्सेसफुल, ही इज वेरी फोकस्ड, ही हैज अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क. एंड लेट मी टेल यू, ये जो पहले 4 शोज थे ना, पहली बात तो ये कि क्यों, अगर तुम्हें लगता है कि वो तो तुम्हारी मदद और शोज पास करने को ही बैठा है, तो ऐसा नहीं है. कई लोग नहीं करते हैं, कई लोग करते हैं. तो जिनकी अच्छाई है उसको रिकॉग्नाइज करना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है.
क्रेडिट वेयर इट्स ड्यू.
दूसरी बात, वेयर इट्स ड्यू. मेरे को जो पहले 4 शोज पेड मिले थे, none of them came from very senior or very famous comedians. They were all my peers. किसी केस में they were not available themselves, but they still had the good heart and the good mind to reach out to me, refer me to a client and help me. There was one guy who I don't know if he's listening to this. This was one of my earliest corporate shows. He was a fellow comedian who had performed with me 2-3 बार, and he saw me do so well. He genuinely praised me, and he was the head of HR in a company, and he gave me a show.
Yeah.
And he was again a peer, not a famous or a big comedian. So this is the niceness of people यार. ठीक है, ability भी बनानी पड़ती है. These are not people who will reach out to you just because they are nice and they are kind. Thankfully, they would have also seen something in me. बट दे रीच्ड आउट. तो एक तो काइंडनेस है, नाइसनेस है. दूसरा हम बहुत गालियां देते हैं अपने पास्ट प्रोफेशन को और एमबीए और कन्वेंशनल करियर्स को कि ये सब तो फालतू है, इसमें तो मतलब ऐसे असेंबली लाइन से लोग निकलते हैं, कुछ सीखने को नहीं मिलता है. लेट मी टेल यू some of the things that have helped me the most in what is a very small career right now. It's even a joke to call it a proper career right now. Honestly, it's one of the things I do. It gives me some earnings, but still some of the things that have helped me the most beyond working hard on my material and my delivery and going to open mics, getting humiliated when I bomb, trying, hustling, traveling, वो सब छोड़ के भी what has helped me get whatever little shows I have got are some skills I picked up in my MBA and in my engineering.
Yeah.
A structured thought process, some basics of sales, how you understand the customer's requirement, understand his budgets, pitch, project management, time management, managing so many things. These are things which I learned during my MBA, to some extent in my engineering, but a lot of it during my MBA, during the jobs that I did. Financial management, यार 11 साल नौकरी करने के बाद I went back to taking trains and buses and share autos. I hadn't done that in 9 years. Because I had the luxury of a nice salary coming in. I used to spend 700-800, sometimes more than that, on Uber every day. From there I went back to 15 रुपया का बस का टिकट, वहां से ट्रेन का पास, share autos with 4 people. This was year 1, a lot of year 2 also. Uske baad now I am back to again taking maybe autos. I'm still not back to Uber. I still travel by train. 9 साल बाद मुझे तकलीफ हुई, but I thankfully my MBA had taught me, my jobs had taught me the importance of financial management. सब कुछ पैशन पे नहीं होता है. तुम किराने वाले को या ऑटो वाले को नहीं बोल सकते हो कि पैसा नहीं है भैया 4 यूनिट पैशन ले लो, वो चमाट मारेगा तुमको मतलब. तो those are things which help me. Corporates, again, not every comedian is probably suitable for corporate shows. फेमस बहुत कॉमेडियंस है, बहुत बड़े कॉमेडियंस हैं, उनमें भी कई वो खुद बोलेंगे. कुणाल कामरा ने खुद एक पॉडकास्ट में बोला था कि भाई आई स्टॉप डूइंग कॉर्पोरेट आफ्टर अ फ्यू अटेम्प्ट्स. आई एम नॉट सुटेबल फॉर देम. सो व्हाट इज अप्रोप्रिएट? These are two important words, and I learned them from a senior comic called Vikram Poddar. I worked with him for a good little less than a year. Learned a lot from him. Huge shout out to him. Massive gratitude for that guy. And he told me this. 2 words which are very important for humor in the corporate world: appropriate and relevant. ये 2 boxes अगर आप tick कर, so what is appropriate? What is suitable for corporates and what is not? मतलब आपको लगता होगा कि बहुत मतलब sex jokes are so amazing and doing very dark material is amazing, but they are amazing in public shows where you have genuine fans of comedy. In a corporate show, when you go, many people are probably seeing live comedy for the first time. इंडिया में अभी तक सीन उतना भी फटा नहीं है. There are many people whose understanding of comedy is very different.
Yeah, I get that now.
They are probably watching Kapil Sharma show. तो you have to understand. मैं नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि कपिल शर्मा टाइप का मटेरियल करने लगो, उसकी ऑडियंस भी है, तुम अपना सोल मत छोड़ो, बट एट द सेम टाइम डू हैव सम फिल्टर्स इन योर हेड कि तुम क्या कर सकते हो, क्या नहीं कर सकते हो. इंडियन कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में फॉर एग्जांपल आज भी तुम खुद को कितना भी स्टड समझो, यू कैन नॉट डू सेक्स जोक्स. पीपल गेट ऑकवर्ड. देखो एक कॉमेडी क्लब में जब कॉमेडी होता है ना, देयर एवरीवन इज एन अननोन. 300 लोग हैं, 200 लोग हैं, 50 लोग हैं, 10 लोग हैं, बट नो वन नोज ईच अदर.
एनोनिमिटी का फायदा.
बाउंड्रीज. Exactly. There are no inhibitions.
It's like when you're in an office, you have a kind of persona among your peers. And when you laugh when you laugh at a very dark joke, that reveals a lot about how you are behind the scene. Get that?
People judge. It doesn't reveal anything. In fact, dark material जो comedian भी करता है वो घटिया आदमी नहीं होता. उस पर जो हंसता है वो भी घटिया आदमी नहीं होता. हंसता इंसान जोक पर है. But India में we love to judge ना, because as I said, we are very reverential. कि अरे ऐसी चीज पे हंस दिया, कैसा आदमी है.
हंसी दोनों साइड्स को.
ये चीजें होती. हंसी दोनों को आ रही है, पर एक हंसेगा एक नहीं हंसेगा, दूसरा जज करेगा. तो कॉर्पोरेट में थोड़ा सा देखना पड़ता है कि व्हाट इज अप्रोप्रिएट. आई स्टिल ब्रेक अ लॉट ऑफ बैरियर्स. आई टेक अ लॉट ऑफ लिबर्टीज बिकॉज आई बिलीव कॉमेडी अलाउज यू टू ब्रेक अ लॉट ऑफ बैरियर्स. दैट इज द एडवांटेज ऑफ द आर्ट फॉर्म. तो एडवांटेज भी लेना चाहिए उसका. दूसरा रेलेवेंट. कुछ चीजें उनको अनकंफर्टेबल नहीं करेंगी पर उनके लिए रिलेटेबल नहीं है शायद. For example, I had performed in an audience, in a corporate audience. This was for the Indian Navy.
Okay.
Now there, an amazing show, man. 400 odd, officers and sailors from the Navy. But there, the challenge as an artist was you had people from very junior level sailors right up to very evolved officers. You had some very young yuppie urban officers also, but you had many sailors who come from the hinterland of India, जिन्होंने इतने कम एज पे काम करना शुरू कर दिया है इतने चैलेंजिंग एनवायरनमेंट में कि उन्हें कई चीजों का एक्सपोजर नहीं मिल पाया है. आई मीन हैट्स ऑफ टू देयर सैक्रिफाइस आल्सो, बट एज एन आर्टिस्ट यू हैव टू बी कॉन्शियस. जैसे माय फेलो कॉमेडियन, अगेन अ ग्रेट कॉमिक, एंड ही हैड अ सेट ऑन टिंडर. And I just picked up the conversation casually with him कि भाई तू ये वाला करने वाला है क्या? तो उसने कहा हाँ यार ये चलता है हर जगह, अच्छा बेटा है, तो मैं तो सोच रहा हूँ करूँ. मैंने कहा एक बार ऑडियंस देख ले भाई. आई हैव अ फीलिंग जो बहुत सीनियर ऑफिसर्स हैं उनके जनरेशन को तो टिंडर ही नहीं पता, और जो बहुत जूनियर सेलर्स हैं यहाँ पे उन्होंने काम करना इतनी कम एज पे शुरू कर दिया, इतनी जल्दी उनकी शादी हो गई है, इतने छोटे टाउन से वो आते हैं कि शायद उन तक टिंडर अभी पहुंचा भी नहीं है. So it won't be relevant for them. So these are filters, two basic filters which you need to have in mind. So that helps you crack, corporate audiences. दूसरा थोड़ा मैं custom कर लेता हूँ. I have experience of working in the corporate world, and मेरा ये जो experimentation था ना across industries, across roles, it has helped me pick up the pulse to some extent, not bragging. To some extent, it has helped me pick up the pulse of industries and roles and people in the corporate world.
Yeah,
I'm able to customize teaches you things only if you want to learn, that is. Yeah. I luckily had that कीड़ा in me, thanks to again a lot of people who encouraged me to do that. मेरे में वो कीड़ा था. मैं हमेशा अपने कॉर्पोरेट सेट्स का थोड़ा सा मटेरियल कस्टमाइज कर लेता हूँ और वो कॉर्पोरेट्स को पसंद आता है. That I'm able to pitch in many places. It works. But of course corporate shows और ये सब at my level बहुत कम, बहुत limited, because till you're famous it is difficult. But to some extent I have managed to land some, and for those I'm thankful.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I was just having a look at the timer, and this podcast has already overcrossed my expectation.
Yeah, this is so that is all thanks to me. That is on me, Morris. Sorry. I love to talk, man. I'm a Bengali.
Credit where it's due. So I'll just end this podcast with a question which I ask almost every guest, because that question you'll understand why it's important. So the question goes like this: that now you have been through this whole conversation, right? You have answered every question. Now, if you had to very precisely explain it to someone in a minute, why they need to listen to this entire conversation at length, why they need to spend their 1 hour behind this thing, so what would that be?
Because they have time. So maybe that is one of the reasons they should do it. But apart from that, on a more serious, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट तो अलग ही चीज है. मतलब वैसे भी बहुत वेला टाइम है, तो प्लीज देखो 1 घंटा तो क्या ही है. मतलब इतने सीरीज, इतनी मतलब टिकटॉक वीडियोस देख रहे हैं लोग, तो ये तो देख ही लो. बट ऑन अ सीरियस नोट, आई थिंक one of the biggest levers for me to say yes to this podcast was someone as young as you having the drive to have a conversation like this with people across different fields. That is what drove me, and that I think should also drive people across age groups. There is an 18-year-old who has the drive to do this, so please watch. 2, I think we have covered a whole lot of topics by virtue of my adventures or misadventures, as someone would like to call it. We have covered comedy, we have covered a bit of marketing, we've covered writing, we've covered productivity, project management, time management. 10,000 चीजों की हमने बात की है. इंडियन कल्चर की भी बात की है. We spoke about education also. So इतनी सारी चीजों का मिक्स in an hour अगर मिल रहा है तो देख ही लो. And last but not the least, यार अगर ये YouTube पे है और फ्री है और आप भी फ्री हो,
इंटरनेट भी फ्री है,
देख ही लो. इंटरनेट भी फ्री है, देख ही लो. जियो इतना तो मतलब धमाल कर रहा है, देख ही लो.
Makes sense. So cool. That was the thing with Parijat Sarkar. I hope that I pronounce it right this time. I hope it went
Yes.
right. Yeah. So thank you for being on this
Yes.
show.
10
Thank
on
you
10.
for thank you for giving your time on this show. And I hope like
Pleasure.
the audience would like this conversation.
Yes, I hope so too. Thanks, Morris. It was lovely speaking to you.
Yeah.